One of the channel's subscribers bet everything he had on an abandoned Golf, and this may be the newest car I've ever seen. Problem is that he doesn't know the real mileage, and today we're going to find out if he's made the deal of his life or if he's been conned. An elderly woman abandoned this Golf in the parking lot of her building. The old woman swore that the car only had 2,000 miles on the dashboard. She said that no one had ever sat in the back seat. And it was believing this that Paulo, but she was so methodical that she didn't even let him take it to the mechanic to check the mileage. Oh, and to make matters worse, he stonewalled Paulo for 2 years before letting him take the car. And yet Paulo believes her. He thinks this is the newest Golf in Brazil. And today we're going to find out if he's right. When this car arrived here at Percepcar, we were in doubt. And from a distance it looked impeccable. The paintwork was beautiful. The windshield didn't even have a wiper blade mark. And even the Volkswagen sign looked new. But do you know that feeling that there's something wrong? I just get a little closer and the magic starts to fade. The hubcaps were badly scratched, the engine looked like a wasteland, and the smell gave it all away. Inside, the car looked different. The gear shift was moldy, the dashboard looked gooey, and the side of the door was a mess. Oh, the back seat, that's nice, because it looked like I'd never seen a human being sit in it before. But these, instead of confirming the old woman's story, began to cause even more doubts. How does a car with 2,000 miles on it, which she swears no one has ever used the back seat of, look like this inside? Is it original? Has it been tampered with? But the craziest thing is that on the outside, this car continues to deceive. This car could be a find or a trap. To find out, we'll have to put it to the test. I will need to start it up to find out the mileage. But before we start this car, we need to do a thorough cleaning to find out what's under every corner. Let's just start with the engine. The condition of the metal parts will tell you a lot about how much this car has been driven. Then we move on to the wheels and wheel housings, where they often hide signs of a collision. After that comes one of the most important parts, which is the underbody cleaning, where we'll find out if the car has ever been driven on dirt roads. And then we move on to external cleaning, which is when we find out if the car has ever been repainted and if the washes over the years have damaged anything. And then comes the most critical moment, removing the mold from the interior. And if we don't succeed, the car will lose its value. And the last stage might not even happen, polishing, but it all depends on what we find underneath the dirt. We're going to start with the engine, protecting all the parts that could be damaged by water. The integrity of the engine parts is absurd after the transformation we've done, and what scares me the most is the integrity of the metal parts. Look at that metal part at the bottom, how intact it is. There's no rust, nothing. All we had to do was give it the makeover we always do, and it was brand new. That's a good sign, and a point in favor of the car's former owner. Maybe this car is as new as he promised. By the way, let's start a game. Put the scoreboard up on the screen. Every time we find some evidence that this car has the mileage that was promised, that will count 1 point in favor of the car's owner here on the scoreboard. Now, if we find something that contradicts the car's story, it will count 1 point against Paulo. So, scoreboard on the screen, game on. Now it's time to tackle one of the most treacherous parts of the car, the wheels. First glance, some of the tires look new, but others are much more worn. And the hubcaps are badly scratched. Could this have been in the parking lot? But the rust on the wheel rim shows that this car has been parked for a long time. The disc is all rusty, that's a good sign. Either this car really has been sitting for a long time, or it's been given a good makeover. Now we go to the wheel wells, which is where the truth usually comes out. We'll remove all that crust of dirt to find out if there are any hidden problems. If there's any sign of a collision, a replaced part, or a workaround, then it gets complicated. Yeah, from what we've seen, there's no sign of a collision here, just heavy dirt from someone who's been idle for years. So, in that case, good on our friend Paulo. Now it's time to wash the chassis, where we'll uncover much of the mystery. Oh, as you can see, it's not very dirty. The metal parts are very well preserved. We don't have any dirt marks underneath the car either. But the real test comes now at washing time, because this is when we find out if the metal still has the factory protection. Almost scary to see this car so new, but the doubt remains. How many kilometers do you think it has? Let us know in the comments. And the integrity of the chassis secured another point in Paulo's favor. But now it's time for us to find out if that paintwork is scratched. It would be very sad if we found any unpainted parts underneath. I'm hoping that won't happen. We're going to give it a thorough wash because only then will we know the real state of the paintwork. This is the real state of the paint underneath the dirt. This paintwork is very good, but believe me, you can improve it by polishing it. But now I found something that might contradict the former owner. Look at this bizarre thing with no paint. It's going to need repainting. That's a negative point for Paulo. Now is the hardest and most worrying part. We're going to disinfect the interior of this car without removing the seats. We'll start with an ozone procedure. Guys, look at these rarities I found in this car. First, this Havaianas album from the World Cup of 2010, man. A few packets of stickers. Look, some brand new sticker packs. I'm going to open these sticker packs right away. Let's see what players there are. But look at the newspapers, man. Look at the integrity of the newspapers. May of 2010. Look at this one, also from 2010. But look at the integrity of the newspapers, man. That's crazy. Shall we open this one? Let's see who we have here. In the 2010 World Cup. Let's open the first packet. Here we go. Cameroon. A shield from Denmark. A Chilean slipper and half of a Brazilian shield. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let's see the other one here. Take Neymar off here. Oh, it's Havaianas. There was a Havaiana from Uruguay, half from Brazil. Saw another from Greece and another from Russia. No, it's just Havaiana. I thought there was a player in it. The ozone axe. We make the paint look newer and newer. Now that the interior is safe, let's start attacking this mold. Let's see if we can get it out. Something that was taking my sleep away was simple enough, but the hardest part is still on the other side. The right product, guys, and the right technique is nightmare-free. The right work, the interior of this car has shown that it is as new as the interior of a zero car. And that's a big point in Paolo's favor. But I'm still very anxious to find out how many kilometers this car has. If you're anxious too, click on the like button on the video and we'll find out. We've managed to bring the shine back to the paintwork, and now it's time to increase that shine even further. This wax will protect that shine and the paintwork for around 6 months. This isn't even a wax, it's a sealant. And to finish off, we're going to apply a very high quality tire sealant that will leave the tire looking like a mirror. And it won't come off in water, it will last on the tire for weeks. Check it out. Brand new tire and now shining. We finally finished the Golf. Are you ready to see the final result? You anxious to find out the car's mileage? What do you think of the result? Does it look like a 2,000-mile round of golf? It's time for us to find out the real mileage of this car. I can't believe the mileage I'm seeing. I don't think anyone here guessed the mileage. I don't know if Paolo will be happy, but the mileage I'm seeing here is absurd. So did you expect this mileage? Do you think the integrity of this car does justice to how much it has been driven? What do you think? Was it a good deal or a bad deal? Will the owner like the result of the car? I don't know if Paolo will like it. The mileage is almost 3 times what he expected, but even so, I think it's great mileage for a Golf of the Year it is. And if you like this project, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Every Saturday at noon we have a new video, and next week's video will be another surreal project. So subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to be notified of the next project. Thanks, and let's get cracking.
And the challenge doesn't stop here. Our next project looks like it came out of a cave. A Fiat Linea with only 5,600 miles, another amazing find from an auction. And this video, this saga, this project premieres on Sunday at noon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell, because Sunday at noon I'll be waiting for you right here for the video premiere.